Okay, folks, this is a condensed version of the video I just did about Alec Baldwin and the shooting that supposedly he was involved in. So before I show you the Alec Baldwin connections to all of this, I just want to make sure you understand my two predictions that I've been making for the last 4 years. It's going to go on fifth year now. Trump head wound, August 4th on Obama's birthday. Trump gets a head wound, most likely in Ohio. Okay? And he survives his head wound. And 4 days later on 8/8, he's probably going to resurrect or come out of the coma or whatever the heck, how it's going to happen. And Elvis is going to manifest somehow on June 11th after a catastrophic event involving the Space Needle and Seattle. Okay, somehow Elvis manifests on June 11th. Those are the two predictions. Now let's get to the Alec Baldwin. So supposedly, Alec Baldwin, while filming a movie, he was using a prop gun and he shot and killed a woman and he injured the director. And his name was Joel Souza. Okay, and the woman that died was Helena Hutchins. And this is how they're spelling Helena Hutchins, okay? And it's the HH, same initials I told you is a code. You know my older videos, my news videos, you know that HH is a code. And H is the eighth letter of the alphabet, you get 88, HH. And Trump equals 88. And you know, Back to the Future was all about Trump and the 88 number. Anyway, this person died at the age of 42 yesterday on 10/21. This is the person that was killed, 42 years old. And Washington is the 42nd state where Seattle is. Because I told you Seattle's going to get struck on June 11th. That's my other prediction, besides Trump getting his head wound on Obama's birthday, 8/4. And I told you Elvis somehow appears in Seattle. Okay, and Elvis was 42 years old. So there's your connection to the girl who died at the age of 42. And Seattle's in Washington, where Elvis is going to show up on June 11th. And Washington's the 42nd state. Elvis was known as the King. Seattle's in King County. Elvis was the first person that had anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. He made a movie as soon as it opened called It Happened at the World's Fair. And you know that Alec Baldwin, he's famous for doing impressions of Donald Trump on SNL, Saturday Night Live. He's been doing it for the last few years, ever since Trump got into office, I think. Look, this is Alec Baldwin right here. He looks just like Trump, but this is Alec Baldwin doing an impression of him. So basically what I'm trying to say is he's even connected to Trump. So here's the director that was injured and he survived, but they don't tell you where he was struck by the prop gun. Okay? I wonder if it was his head, if he had a head wound. Anyway, they're saying that he was released. So like I said, he survived the shooting, this Joel Souza, the director, that Alec Baldwin accidentally shot him, supposedly. And the woman who died, they don't say her birth date. They just say that she died at the age of 42 yesterday. This is the guy who survived the wound, the director. Look when he's born, June 14th. And why is that important, June 14th? Because that's the day Donald Trump was born. Do you see that? You see what I'm trying to tell you here? And that director who survived the shooting, not only is he born on Trump's birthday, but he's 48 years old, which is the backwards of 8/4. Do you see? Because I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, 8/4, Obama's birthday. And he's got Trump's birthday. And he survived the wound. Just like Trump is going to survive his head wound. And remember, Alec Baldwin plays Trump on SNL all the time. Okay? It's connection after connection. And it just so happens back in 1993, there was an actor, Brandon Lee. The same thing had happened to him. He was shot by a prop gun. And he was filming the movie The Crow. It's only missing the N. It would be The Crown. That's right. Crow. Crown has the crow in it. Anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because Elvis is the king, right? And he's looking for his crown. That's what all that Corona stuff is about. Anyway, Brandon Lee was the son. He's the son of the martial arts guy, Bruce Lee, who also died at a young age. And look, he was wearing like a makeup, like the Joker. And guess where Brandon Lee and his father's buried? Seattle, Washington. And they don't even have nothing to do with Seattle, Washington. They weren't born there. Neither one of them. And they didn't die there. But yet, both of their gravestones are in Seattle. You see that? Graves of Bruce and Brandon Lee. Can you believe this? I told you everything connects to Seattle and Elvis and Trump and his head wound. And check this out. From Trump's birthday, June 14th, to the day that the shooting occurred, which was yesterday, October 21st, look at this. It's 4 months, 8 days. I mean, it's the 8-4 backwards. You see? Trump's going to get his head wound on 8-4. I guess that's just another coincidence, right? And I guess it's just a coincidence that the guy who survived the shooting is 48 years old. And I just told you from June 14th to 10/21 was 4 months, 8 days, which is the 8-4 backwards. And this guy who survived, he's born on June 14th, which is the same day as Donald Trump's birthday. I mean, come on, folks. Let's, use your brains, people. Okay? If this doesn't confirm to you that everything I've been telling you is right on track to happen, I don't know what to tell you, folks. Okay, I told you the Holy Spirit is leading me to this, to reveal it to you guys. Okay? This was my destiny from birth. All you have to do is look at all the coincidences and you tell me how this is possible with this 1 in a million prop gun incident, with all the coincidences makes it 1 in a billion chances that all this could manifest like this. All right, folks, end of video.